In the stillness of dawn, when the desert sky is painted in gold, when the falcon rises with wings of fire, Sheikh Hamdan's heart beats in whispers of love. He looks at her with a gaze eternal, not a prince, not a ruler, but a man who found his universe in the softness of his wife's eyes. The world may know him as a leader, as a poet, a writer, a dreamer of heights, but the secret of his strength is hidden in the quiet devotion he carries for her. She is the star above his desert nights. She is the water in his endless dunes. She is the prayer answered in silence, the light of Allah's mercy upon his heart. Her laughter turns his palaces alive. Her footsteps echo like blessings of rain, and when she speaks, the world dissolves, for only her words remain in his soul. O Falcon of Dubai, mighty and free, even your wings bow to her grace, for Sheikh Hamdan's endless love has written her name across the skies, not in fleeting romance, not in shadows that fade with time, but in a devotion carved in stone, and in poetry that will never die. The desert winds carry his voice, gentle as a prayer upon the sand. Every whisper speaks her name, every silence protects her light. He is a man of courage and power, yet before her he is tender and soft, for love is not weakness, it is the crown upon his soul. When she walks beside him, he feels the world complete. No throne, no kingdom compares to the joy of holding her hand. Her smile is his morning sun, her touch is the calm of the sea. Her faith in him is unshaken, and his devotion to her is eternal. The world may write stories of kings, of warriors and their mighty reigns, but the truest tale of greatness is a husband who adores his wife. Sheikh Hamdan's love is endless, not bound by time, nor broken by distance. It is a river flowing without end, a flame that no storm can dim. He writes her name in poetry, on paper, on sand, in the sky, every verse a testimony of love, every rhyme a promise renewed. O beloved wife of the prince, your place is beyond crowns and jewels, for in his heart you are the treasure, and in his life you are the queen. The desert falcons know his secret, the Arabian horses feel his song, even the stars bow in wonder at the purity of this endless bond. In the quiet garden of memory, he gathers moments like pearls, each one glowing with her laughter, each one shining with her care. She is not only his beloved, she is the mirror of his soul, where he sees the man he longs to be, where he finds his truest self. When the world calls him a leader, she calls him simply mine, and that word carries more power than all titles, crowns, or praise. Her presence softens his nights, her prayers protect his days, her patience is a shield around him, her kindness a light that never fades. O people of the desert, listen. O winds of the Gulf, remember, the greatness of a man is measured by the endless love he gives his wife. He builds not just towers of stone, but a sanctuary of love in her heart, for true legacy is not marble walls, it is the bond that survives beyond time. When storms rise in the world outside, he returns to her gentle voice. When burdens press upon his shoulders, she is the calm that makes him strong, and he in return gives her devotion, not as duty, not as weight, but as a gift freely chosen, a vow renewed in every breath. Her beauty is not only in her face, it is in her soul's quiet light, in her mercy, in her wisdom, in the way she lifts him higher. The poets write of love in pages, but his poetry is living proof, for Sheikh Hamdan's every action is a verse to honor his wife. The palace may shine with gold, but its light is empty without her, for his true palace is her smile, and his crown rests in her heart. He watches her move with grace, like the desert moon among the stars, her steps gentle, yet full of strength, her voice a song of endless peace. O world, you see a prince, a leader of men, a poet of vision, but she sees the man behind the veil, the tender soul who belongs to her. When he rides across the sands, on his stallion fast as the wind, her image rides with him always, a compass guiding him home. He is never alone in silence, for her love echoes in his breath. Even the falcons bow their wings to honor the purity of his devotion. No riches can buy what they share, no throne can command such loyalty, for their bond is carved by Allah, and sealed with trust everlasting. Her touch is the healing balm. When the weight of the world is heavy, her words are a lantern bright. When shadows cloud his mind, and he in his poetic heart writes her name like a prayer, every heartbeat spelling devotion, every dream shaped by her light. The poets of old wrote legends, of kings, of warriors, of victories, but here is the truest legend, a man who loves his wife without end. The endless love of Sheikh Hamdan
is not in riches or fleeting desire, but in faithfulness deep as the desert, and in passion wide as the sea. The stars above know their secret, for every night they shine brighter, when his heart speaks of her softly, in the silence between his prayers. Her love is not a shadow, it is the sun that warms his days, it is the breeze that cools his nights, it is the anchor of his soul. He may walk among the world's leaders, he may stand upon global stages, yet his truest pride, his real honor, is being the husband she adores. In her laughter he finds melody, in her wisdom he finds direction, in her kindness he finds courage, and in her faith he finds peace. O poets of the desert, listen, O dreamers of the world, learn, for the strongest of men are those who kneel before the love of a wife. His poetry is filled with her fragrance, his verses soaked with her light, every page carrying her presence, every line a tribute to her soul. She is his desert's blooming flower, rare and unmatched in her beauty. She is his guiding star at night, and the calm horizon of his dawn. When he rides with the falcons, or dives into oceans deep, he carries her love as his armor, and her name as his shield. The endless love of Sheikh Hamdan is not a fleeting tale of romance, it is devotion carved eternal, a covenant never broken by time. Her silence is enough for him, her glance speaks louder than words, her embrace heals all his wounds, her presence makes him whole.
The desert sun may burn with fire, the endless dunes may shift and roar, but his love stands like a fortress, unshaken, eternal and true. Her smile is the spring in the desert, her touch is the coolness of shade, her presence the whisper of mercy that Allah has written for his soul. He kneels not to thrones of power, nor to treasures of fleeting gold, but he bows his heart with honor to the woman who holds his trust. In the stillness of their evenings, he listens to her gentle words, every sentence like a lantern, guiding him on life's vast road. O winds, carry his vow across oceans. O stars, witness his devotion tonight. For Sheikh Hamdan's endless love is carved upon eternity's page. She is not just his companion, she is the soul of his journey, the one who breathes life into silence, the one who makes kingship human. Even when the world surrounds him with duty, voices and endless noise, her single glance can quiet all storms and bring his spirit home to peace. The falcons soar yet bow in awe, the stallions race yet pause in wonder, for they sense a love unmeasured, a bond unbroken by distance or time. Her patience is the rope of faith, her kindness the strength of gold, her love is the melody eternal that echoes through his beating heart, and he in return stands as her shield, a guardian not only in promise, but in action, day and night, in loyalty that no shadow can harm. The endless love of Sheikh Hamdan is not written only in words, but lived in every heartbeat, and sealed in every prayer. The gardens of Dubai may flourish with roses, jasmines, and date palms, but none compare to the fragrance of the love he carries for his wife. Every flower bows in silence, every breeze carries her name, even the waters of the Gulf whisper the beauty of their sacred bond. She is not a jewel to be displayed, nor a treasure to be hidden away. She is the living crown of his heart, the soul of his endless devotion. When he looks into her gentle eyes, he finds the reflection of paradise, a peace no throne can offer, a joy no world can steal. The endless sands remember the echoes of his secret vows, whispered not to crowds or courts, but spoken only for her ears. He writes her story in his verses, carves her presence in his dreams, for his poetry is not mere art, it is a testimony of eternal love. O seekers of truth and loyalty, learn from the prince's heart that love is not in fleeting sparks, but in the fire that never dies. When the falcon rests on his arm, its eyes burn fierce with pride, yet even that noble creature knows it cannot match the loyalty he gives her. Her silence speaks like oceans, her laughter flows like streams, her love shelters him completely, like the shade of a mighty palm, and in return he shields her soul, with words, with deeds, with prayer. For a man's true greatness is measured by how deeply he loves his wife. The endless love of Sheikh Hamdan is a lantern for generations to come, a story written not in ink alone, but in the very breath of his life. The city lights may shine at night, tall towers may kiss the sky, but in his heart there is one light, brighter than all, his beloved wife. Her presence is the rhythm of his soul, her voice the melody of his dreams, her love the compass of his journey, her touch the seal of his faith. When duty calls him far away,
Her prayers travel with him unseen, like invisible wings of mercy, protecting him in foreign lands. And when he returns to her embrace, the world itself feels reborn, for no victory tastes as sweet as the comfort of her arms. She is the crown of his silence, the poetry within his breath, the heartbeat behind his courage, the reason for his endless verse. O desert winds, take this story, carry it across the shifting sands, that a prince found true greatness, not in thrones but in his wife's love. Every step he takes in life is guided by her quiet strength. Every triumph he celebrates belongs also to her gentle hands. The falcons rise to greet her spirit, the stallions bow to her grace, even the waves of the ocean whisper of the beauty she brings to his world, and he, in return, offers devotion that no storm or time can break, for the endless love of Sheikh Hamdan is written forever in the stars. In the golden hush of evening, when the call to prayer fills the air, he bows his head in gratitude for the gift Allah placed in his life, not riches, not crowns, not power, but the love of a faithful wife, whose presence is his sanctuary, whose heart is his eternal home. Her patience is like the desert sky, wide, unending and forgiving. Her faith is like the steadfast dunes, firm, unwavering and strong. She holds his secrets gently, like pearls in the palm of her hand, and in her trust he finds his peace, a rest no throne can provide. O wanderers of the earth, listen. O seekers of glory, take heed. The truest wealth of a man's heart is the love of the woman he adores. He builds not just monuments of stone, but legacies of compassion and loyalty, for his life is not measured in titles, but in the devotion he gives his wife. Her name is the rhythm of his poetry, her presence the canvas of his dreams, her love the ink upon his soul, her spirit the voice of his prayer. Even the falcons in the sky witness the gentleness in his noble eyes when they fall upon her face and rest there like eternal dawn. The endless love of Sheikh Hamdan flows beyond the edges of time. It is the story of a husband's heart that beats only for his beloved wife. The moon above the desert watches as he whispers her name in silence. Each star becomes a witness to the vow his heart repeats. He loves her not for fleeting beauty, not for the crown she wears in life, but for the purity of her spirit, the mercy written in her soul. Her kindness is his greatest wealth, her prayers his strongest shield, her smile his brightest lantern, her love his eternal home. The world may speak of his glory, of victories, leadership, and fame, but the story he holds most sacred is the tale of their unbroken bond. When shadows rise around him, her presence clears the skies. When storms of duty weigh him down, her embrace makes him whole again. O poets, write not of empty crowns, nor of power that fades with time, but write of the prince's devotion that outshines the treasures of kings. The desert falcons cry his secret, the Arabian horses echo his song, even the waves of the Gulf proclaim the greatness of his endless love. She is the compass of his journey, the melody within his silence, the prayer between his breaths, the blessing of his every dawn. And he, her loyal guardian, stands unshaken in his vow, for Sheikh Hamdan's endless love belongs forever to his wife.